I'm Julie, and if you're new, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be creating a new spring cover for my planner and talking about 2 or 3 ways that you can change your cover. So if that's something you're interested in, stay tuned. You might be asking, why do you need to change your planner cover? Well, obviously, if you've bought a planner with a cover that you really love, then there's absolutely no reason to change it up at all. But quite often, the layout that you want isn't in the planner cover you want, and it's so frustrating. So you may end up with a cover that you don't want to look at all year. Or you might just get a little bit bored looking at the same cover all the time and want to change it up just for variety. For me, it's a combination of both those reasons. The planner I'm currently using is the Archetypes planner. I can't find the cover at the moment, but if I do, I'll show it at the end. It's cute, but it's not a cover I really want to look at. So I'm using the winter cover that I made last year. So now spring is finally here, it's time to change it up and change my planner cover. I'm going to be doing this using the Happy Planner custom cover set. I don't think this is still available, but you don't actually have to have this set to make your own cover. If you've got a laminator, you can do it just as well using one of those. I picked up a couple of these packs when they were available, and I tend to only make a front cover, not bother with a back cover, as that can't be seen, and just use the back cover that comes with the planner. So I've still got 2 left. So I'm going to be using one of those today. So all it is a piece of plastic with a piece of card that fits inside. You can use this to design your new cover on, or you can use a thicker piece of card. Either will do. The plastic is not as sturdy as a original Happy Planner cover. And what I found in the past is that this is quite flimsy and can come off your planner. So I do think it's not ideal, but it suits me. You may still be able to pick it up on a Facebook group. I'm constantly amazed by how many things keep cropping up from the past on the UK Facebook groups that I belong to. Last week, the elusive Happy Planner dual tone boxes turned up, but unfortunately it had already sold before I could express my interest. This is my autumn cover, so you can see I just used a piece of scrapbook paper, so it's still quite flimsy, and then I added some scrapbook paper here and some thicker stickers just to make a little title. I really love that, but when I use it in the autumn I usually put card behind it to make it that little bit more sturdy, because this definitely is not sturdy enough on its own. You can of course buy custom covers from places like Etsy. There are a great variety available, but if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know I'm about saving money and using what you have, and so that's why I always create my own. And in the interest of using what I have, I've got my Live Love Posh Spring Florals book, which I don't think I've even used, or very little, maybe a few words from, because I got it quite late last year in a sale. So I looked through to find my favourite florals, because that's what I would want to have on display on the front of my cover for the season of spring. These are the florals that I pulled out. I'm not sure yet whether I'm going to want corners or whether I'm going to be going all the way around the page. So I've just pulled a couple of them out to decide when I've cut my paper. The paper I've chosen is this Die Cuts with a View foiled sheet. I have so many foiled sheets of scrapbooking paper because I just have to buy them when I see anything with silver or gold foil. So I thought it's about time I used some of it, and I think this will match with the floral design and make quite a stylish spring cover. I'm using my Fiskars paper trimmer to cut the paper. This is a good trimmer, I'll link it in the description, and the measurements are 23.5 centimetres by 17.5 centimetres. So I'm just lining it up at the back, making sure that I push it up against the edge. Doesn't matter which way you slide the slider. And 17.5 this way. As this is quite thin cardstock, I'm going to put some double-sided sticky on this card and attach it there just to make it a little bit stronger. I'm quite excited to be using these florals from liveloveposh, especially as I have just ordered a few of the new Rainbow Edit sticker books and also her new Hello Spring sticker book. So I'm going to have plenty of new florals to play with. So I do really need to use the ones that I've got. I did have a job deciding which colours to buy. I couldn't buy them all because the shipping to the UK would be too much and I would have to pay customs on top. So I settled for just 3. I've seen a few people on Facebook ask which colours to buy, which ones are the best. For me, it was strange because if you'd asked me which ones I would have picked, I would have picked blue and pink and purple as my favourite colours. But actually, having watched the flip throughs hundreds and hundreds of times, I actually ended up choosing the blue, which of course I couldn't pass up as that's my favourite colour, but also green and orange, which are not colours that I would have expected to choose. But I did the old trick suggested by Heather Kell of a Plan, counted the pages that I really liked, and those 3 books were the ones that I liked the majority of the pages. But I could easily have bought them all. So I'm liking the top corner here, so I think that's where I'm going to put this. Apologies if there is a glare from the silver foil. It's only since I started on Instagram that I found out why people are not quite so keen on foil, but I've always loved it, so I might as well use it. So I think I will go and get the other corner because that just seems to make sense, and then I can decide if I want to take it all the way round or add any more florals. But really, Jessica stickers are so beautiful. You really don't have to add very many to make a stunning spread, or in this case, a planner cover. Look at that, it's amazing, I love it. I'm really not sure whether to add any more, because I think it looks stunning already. I'll just perhaps have a little look what it might look like. I mean, it would look beautiful with it going all the way around. I wish I could hear what your opinion is. Could just take it along the bottom, fill the whole bottom and fill the whole top and leave the sides. That's another thing I could do. The problem is once it's on, it's on. I probably won't be able to peel it off, even though it's paper. It might be quite tricky to get it off the foiled paper. I think what I'll do is I'll work on my title for the cover, and once I've made that, then I'll see if I think it's fine without any more florals. I found some purple and pink cardstock. It matches Jessica's florals, so I'm just going to trim these into rectangles. So I've cut 3 rectangles. It looks a little bit like the cover of a school book, like that. I could do something like maybe tilt them. Those of you who've watched me for a while will know that's something that I struggle with. I might just add the word spring to the white card before I make my decision. I have these Amy Tangerine alphabet stickers that I've had for a while in my scrapbooking stash. So the colours match, well, the pink and the yellow I think match, possibly the green. So I'm just going to have a little play at making the word spring on this white card. I decided to use pink and yellow to match the pink and yellow in the flowers. So now I just need to decide how I'm going to be attaching it to the front, and whether I want to add any of the florals here, or whether that might detract from the florals in the corner. But I kind of feel like this is a little bit plain. I think I'll have a go at adding some florals at the bottom and just see if that detracts from the corners. So I'm just cutting this across the middle, and then I can just add it at the bottom here. that little space there. I'm not sure about that. Looks a bit funny there. Might just see if I can overlap it. That looks pretty, but does it detract? I don't think it does. I think I like it, so I'm just going to trim it off. And now I'm wondering if I should have it across the top as well, or whether that's maybe going a bit too far. Let me try. I'll just cut this one across. There's not so much room at the top, so I'll probably just have to have it not showing quite as much. Don't think that yellow is going to show, which is a shame. But I've got some yellow here. Is that going to show? It's a shame there's such a thick white border on these stickers. Let's just try that. No, I think that's just maybe a little bit too much, so I'm going to take that off. So I can either leave it like that, or, sorry, I could use one of my punches to shape that. I've got lots of scalloped punches, could try that. Now I need to make my decision about whether I'm going to have it in the middle or whether I'm going to do something really daring and unlike me and tilt it. Okay, I've decided to do it and be daring and tilt it and hope that I don't end up not wanting to look at my planner cover for the whole of spring. You've got to take a few chances now and then, and if I really don't like it, I can always make another one, but I think it's going to be fine. Let's just stick it, let's just make sure it's in the middle because I'm fussy about that as well. I'm sure that you who are watching me aren't as fussy as I am. I think that will do. Let's just check. No, it's not straight. Quick, let's see if I can get it off. Oh, yes I can. Let's just turn it this way and then I can line it up against the pattern. It was only slightly out, I think. Let's check again. And I think it's probably just an optical illusion because of the fact the card is tilted. It's very difficult to actually tell whether it's straight or not, but I think that's fine. So I'm going to slide it into my custom cover. Hope it fits. Yes, it does. And a little tip, something I did with my last cover was to make it a little bit sturdier. You can put extra card in, but I used one of the sticker sheets. Can't remember what they're called, the plastic sticker sheets where you can put your stickers on. I've got some spare ones of those that I don't use for dashboard layout. So I slid one of those behind and that made it a little bit sturdy. It's not too bad, but it really does need to have something else in it, I think. So time for the winter one to come off. You'll see that underneath I've got an old cover, and that's because with the custom cover you've got this transparent part and what's underneath shows through. So I like the look of the blue showing through, but I might have to change that when I put this on and find something else. Yes, I think I'll definitely have to find something different to show here. The other thing I need to do is change the discs, so at the end of the video I'll show you which discs that I have picked to go with this. I really love how it looks. It looks actually more summery than spring to me, but it was in the Spring Florals book, but it's really pretty and I'm going to enjoy looking at my planner this spring. If you haven't got the time to make your own cover, one of the things you can do is what I did last spring. I just used the cover of this Happy Notes and I put it on my planner for spring, so that was my spring cover last year. The other thing that you can do is just find a pretty piece of card like this one, and then cut it up, and then you don't really need to decorate it at all. Maybe just put one label on it. You can also take a fairly plain Happy Notes cover, this is the reverse of one, and just stick some stickers on. So I did that to make this Disney cover. Also, if you've got any old dividers from an old planner, you can cut around these and just put them on card to make a really nice planner cover, and then you can either choose to decorate it with stickers or not. But there are some really pretty dividers out there that you could use. So I hope I've given you a few ideas of how you can make a new cover for your planner. Remember, you don't have to have this custom cover. You can just make it on card and laminate it. You do need to be careful with the punching. Some people have told me that they've had no trouble punching holes, and others have told me they've broken their planner punch that way. So do be careful if you're trying about the thickness of the laminating pouches you use. That's all for now. Thank you for joining me. Happy planning, take care, and see you soon.